Good evening, I'm Esther Gido-Ewart. This is Africa 54. Vincent Makori is off today. The United Nations Human Rights Office is warning that widespread violence and human rights violations in Burundi has the country on the brink of civil war, and the region is on edge. The UN official has also documented cases of arbitrary arrests and murder of opposition figures, protesters and activists carried out by the country's National Intelligence Service. VOA's Mohammed Yusuf has our report.
This young man in his early 20s meets a local human rights defender away from the public. He asks us to hide his identity for fear of reprisals. He says that he and his friends were threatened one afternoon with unspecified consequences if they did not join the ruling party's youth wing movement known as Imbonerakure. Then he decided to leave the country. At the border, he was arrested with 4 others.
They arrested us and asked us what we were going to do in Rwanda. I said we were going to visit someone. I could not say that I was leaving the country for fear they will beat me up. We even tried to give them some money to free us, but they refused.
For more than 3 weeks, he says he and 28 others were held in this prison without trial. Human rights groups have accused Burundian security forces and the Imbonerakure militia group of attacking and intimidating the population during the recent heated election period. Buchumi Vital, the Imbonerakure executive secretary in Kirundo province, admits to having stopped and questioned people fleeing, but denies arresting anyone.
As the ruling party, we must ask why the population fled the country while there is peace. It was not good to see people fleeing. That's why we had to ask them the reason they were fleeing.
But local human rights activists have documented dozens of arrests. Security forces accuse some of the youths of planning to join renegade soldiers who fled the country. Human rights activist Noel Ntendakura says at times Imbonerakure played the role of police by arresting people.
People were arrested at the border points. People told us there were barriers on the border guarded by the youth movement of the ruling party, the Imbonerakure, in collaboration with the police.
Human rights organizations and aid agencies warn of escalation of the situation in Burundi after months of political uncertainty. And world leaders have called for an end to violence and for talks to begin to end months of political crisis. Mohammed Yusuf for VOA News, Kirundo, Burundi.